The fall sports season is upon us. Your child might be one of the 35 million children across the country who will participate in a sport this season through their school or your local town. For many parents, having a child engaged in team sports is new territory, not only for their son or daughter, but also for themselves. Importantly, regardless of their athletic ability, there are ways you, as a parent, can enrich and enhance their sports experience this fall and for seasons to come. I'm Jim Thompson, founder and director of Positive Coaching Alliance. Today, our win-at-all-cost culture makes it easy to lose sight of the important role sports can play in your child's life. Who holds the key to making your son and daughter's sports experience positive? You do, as their parent, their coach, or both. And children benefit the most when there is good teamwork between coaches and parents.
I think the one thing that we have to realize at the youth level is that the most important thing is our experience that we create for these young ladies. And that experience should be a positive experience.
That was the head coach of this year's U.S. National Women's Softball team, Mike Candrea. Coach Candrea and I are going to share some tips on how to make youth sports the best experience for your kids, regardless of their ability to play, to learn some of life's most valuable lessons. The first tip: emphasize attributes other than winning. Children can take games very seriously, but they quickly forget their disappointments and move on, showing that winning and losing isn't everything.
We very seldom talk about winning a gold medal. What we talk about is trying to do the things that we have control over every day and do it as well as we can. And I think learning is a huge part of the process. But it's not important to worry about wins and losses on a day-to-day basis. You have to worry about getting better.
Secondly, establish an early positive relationship with the coach. It will be much easier to communicate later should a problem arise.
I love to have meetings and conferences with parents to make sure that they are that kid's best friend.
Fill the coach's emotional tank and your child's. Just about every coach and player does a lot of things well. Take the time to look for those things, and when you see something you like, let him or her know about it.
The biggest thing with parents is support your kid. Whether they do well or they don't do well, I think you're going to have a huge effect on how long that kid's going to stay in that sport.
Don't put the player in the middle. It's much easier for a child to put his or her best effort forward if parents show support for the coach. If you have a concern, take it up with the coach privately. And lastly, don't give instructions during a game or practice. It can be extremely confusing to your child and distracting to other parents and fans to hear someone other than the coach yelling out instructions. If you, like many parents, find yourself in new territory when your child joins a sport, don't worry. There are great resources available to parents and coaches to help develop a positive sports experience for all kids. Just go to responsiblesports.com where you can get more tips like these. While you're there, honor a youth sports coach in your community who you think is doing it right by nominating him or her for a Liberty Mutual Responsible Coaching Award. Liberty Mutual is celebrating coaches in all sports with $250 awards to help offset the costs of running a youth team. And take the time to take the Responsible Sport Parenting course. When you complete it on behalf of your child's youth sports organization, they'll have the chance to win $2,500 in the next round of Liberty Mutual Responsible Sports grants this fall. So log on now to responsiblesports.com and make the most out of your child's sports experience today.